Matt,
What's going on, man?
finally.
What's up?
What's up, man? What's up, Tyler?
Alright, so this is some cool shit. So, alright, so before we get into it, those of you guys who don't know, Matt is like the Amazon dropshipping god. If I knew like Greek mythology, I would have named these two, but I don't. And this is like the god's son or something. So he's like, I did a video with Matt before. He sold like close to 9 million. I don't know what the number is, somewhere around 9 million last year on Amazon. Tyler has been doing Amazon as well. I'm doing a couple of videos with Tyler, and he's here in Nicaragua, as you guys can see. He's killing it on Amazon and eBay. So like, anyway, so I'll put the link to Matt's channel in the description and Tyler's blog. But basically, we did a video a few weeks ago right before the new year, and I said we'll do an update video to see what the exact number was you sold last year. We're coming out with Matt's training by the end of the month, as well as the Amazon dropshipping software that Matt was a part of in giving us direction how to develop it and so on. So, and like, this is the person, like, if you look, I've searched on YouTube and online for Amazon dropshipping and Amazon dropshipping training, and you find almost nothing. And then I happen to be the lucky motherfucker to have Matt as a friend and know him for a few years. And now Tyler's like here in Nicaragua. And hopefully we can get Matt's ass down to Nicaragua and like sooner or later. But anyway, let me stop talking. What's up, Matt?
How's it going, man? How's it going?
Wait, I just want to say one thing. What's funny about what you just said about the Amazon dropshipping? Before Matt started helping me, like, I would hit up Matt and I'd be like, dude, I can't find anything about Amazon dropshipping. Like, can you?
Yeah.
Eventually, I mean, he just started helping me. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so true. So it's such like a secret society, like game, you know.
And what throws me off is this motherfucker doesn't change his facial expression at all.
So
You're just like these motherfuckers. Need to
I'm
hurry up.
focused. Yeah. I'm
like,
listening.
I could be
Yeah.
making money right now instead of with this.
Alright, so let's get it. It's like, it's almost 11 our time, so it's like almost midnight your time now. So let's stop wasting any more time. So how did last year end? I'll put a link. If you could send me the screenshot, I'll put it in Honest Dropshippers and put a link in the description. But how much did you sell when last year closed off?
Okay, so I'm going to explain this because a lot of people, sometimes I underhype myself, but of course, I had my main, it was 6.5, and then the other one, it was it 2.1 or something like that. And then I had another one, actually. I have another one that's personally mine that I just started, like, it literally fourth quarter, just got the buy box. And, I got another, like, I squeaked in another 150,000 on that one, so that was nice.
You posted, I vaguely remember seeing the 6.5. Like, you posted in a group like a week ago, no?
Yeah, the 6.5, yeah, I posted, actually it was a combo shot, it was the 6.5, and I was just trying to, because a lot of people say things and, they're not actually, like, true just to get the marketing or just have people sign up for a link and all that BS, but, I'm actually saying real numbers, so I just wanted to actually post the actual numbers.
So I'll look for it in the group.
That way there's no funniness, because, everybody can say something and then do something different, and so I want to be as legit as possible, yeah.
So, and what was your biggest day? Like, what was the most you sold in a day? The 100,000? Was it like?
Yeah, the most I've ever done in a day. Well, technically, so one of the accounts was 100,000, the other one was like, whatever. It was like 60,000, and then the other one was like 10. So probably like 180,000 between all three of those. And then so if you don't know, I do have like a kind of a private group, select group of like clientele, and over the course of all 20 accounts, it would on that. In a day, you're looking at, like almost, I wouldn't say 1 million, but I would definitely say like, it's getting up there in a day. So like, it's crazy. Like it was close. It was like a lot of numbers.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say it's 1 million. So I don't want to people think it's exactly 1 million. But if I had to guess on the top of my head, it would probably be like 600, almost 600,000 maybe in a day. So let's say that.
And like I Anyway, so the 100,000 a day. How many orders is that? Do you have any idea?
Well,
Wasn't it like, I think I saw the screenshot. Wasn't it like 1.1K or something? No. Yeah. Yeah, it was like 1.1K orders.
yes, I mean, it varies. I mean, like I said, it definitely varies per item. I mean, my average sale is $72. So, I mean, it can vary per whatever, you know. Each account is a little bit different. I mean, I can't necessarily say, you know, what exactly it would be because sometimes it's, if you have an FBA, those are usually like cheaper items, at least on my account, and so those will just sell really quickly and it'll make it look like, you know, it's less. Like I have like, you know, a bunch of $10, $5, $10, $15 items when it comes to FBA. So I don't know exactly the number. I can pull it up, but maybe at the time.
And what do you think, how has January been, I know we were talking about this today, how has January been so far?
Well, okay, I want to say this because everybody, this is exactly identical to what happened last year. So December is kind of a messy month. You don't sell on eBay. Is it the whole month, Mark, or just half of it?
I think this past year I stopped on like the 5th. I stay away from December.
So the whole month you take off. Well, I mean, for me, and this is just something that, you know, if you don't know, this is some secret ninja stuff. But for me, I always do December. But we're doing like 4 to 5 days off during December, from like the 20. What we do, Tyler, we did like 22nd to the 26th.
Yeah, and it was
off.
like time off for VAs and like catching up and stuff.
Yeah, it ended up working out really good. And you know, it just balances things out. And for me, the biggest thing is, you know, shipping. So like when we do like prepaid, or when we do like our shipping trick, where you know some people already know about this, like where you have the expedited shipping and the 2-day shipping and stuff like that on Amazon, and people really pay for that in December. And I simply made just off the shipping, and I posted a screenshot for it, but just off the shipping it was like 46,000 just from that in December. Okay, so I mean that's like
you posted a screenshot.
So I could make at that point I could make nothing, and basically from there you could just have it set at 0, and then there you go. So I don't ever want to say and so that's worth at that point it's worth the headaches of the returns, the questions, the complaints. Your metrics this is the problem though, because this comes January. The metrics will drop a little bit, which will drop your buy box rotation. Tracking and feedback plays a big role in that. So if your tracking goes up and your feedback gets a lot better, then your sales do get better. So January is a little bit of a weird month. It starts out kind of slow. Of course, everybody's kind of broke at that point because they've already bought all those presents and stuff. So they're recovering too. But January is kind of slow a little bit, and then it's kind of like that second part of January when your metrics go up as well. And then into February, they're actually good months. Like it's actually a decent time frame. Even into March, they're all pretty good. And that was just a kind of a template from last year, but it's going to be about the same this time.
Can I say one thing?
Ryan, did you hear what he said? This motherfucker made $46,000 from shipping.
Shipping premiums.
We'll talk about it after, but that just stuck. But anyway, what are you saying about the metrics?
Yeah, so Matt, I was actually showing Mark my sales earlier, and to talk about metrics, I got my first, I haven't seen this email in a while, but it was saying that my tracking validated fell below 95% in the home improvement category, and I had not seen that email. I used to get them when I was first starting and not getting a lot of sales because, one not tracking validation would affect things, right? So my sales dropped a little bit. They were actually really good at the beginning of January, and now they've kind of evened out to where they're a third of what I was doing at the peak in December.
And what, do you think that's because of the metric?
The point that he just brought up, that could affect things. I don't know.
Because you cycle through the buy box, different buyers.
Yeah, there's a lot of different formulas for the buy box and stuff like that. A lot of people have, a lot of different tricks, so a lot of different things. If I didn't have, per se, the shipping side of it that kind of boosted margins, I probably wouldn't necessarily be, doing the formula that I would be doing. But of course, that was established over a lot of testing and stuff like that, where volume, just like Tyler was saying, I think it was yesterday, just like he focuses more on volume. Some people focus on margins, but of course, and on Amazon, and this is the thing, like you can control the metrics with volume. So it's like I was saying this the other day, but like it's like you want to be able to control those metrics, because it's like, oh, I sold like 10 items today, but I made a lot of profit. But it's just like you have two problems with those orders, or there's things that go wrong. They complain, A to Z claims. That starts really messing up your account, and it can be at risk, and you can lose your account altogether if you don't know how to get it back. And I've talked about I've had it like 12, 13 accounts suspended, and I had to get them all back. And it's a process sometimes. It's not always like 1 week. Sometimes it's 2 months, 3 months, 4. Sometimes it's up to 6 months to get an account back. So it takes a lot of if you're not controlling your metrics, it takes a lot of work to get you to that point where you're definitely like getting that volume and getting this, buffering it and distributing that risk for your business. Because I feel better like if I have a mistake, or if I have a couple of mistakes, it doesn't even matter anymore. I'm not even like, because like a lot of people that I've worked with, partners and just clients and stuff like that, they're always like oh, this problem, and it's just like don't worry about it. You have like all these sales, it's really going to balance out, because before it mattered so much because you weren't doing the volume. But when you do the volume, it doesn't matter as much. And so like that's what I've been saying, like you can kind of sit at ease. Like when you make money and when you make and you do business, it's almost like I don't want to do business and basically feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack every day. I want to be at the beach. I want to be chilling. I just want to be relaxed when I'm done working or wherever I'm at. I just want to be like in a calm state of mind so I can focus on strategy to build the business or do other things, invest in my current knowledge base and all that stuff. So I don't want to have that stress on top of me. So that's what I suggest there.
Yeah, and most people have the opposite mindset where they think volume equals stress.
Right.
Because there's too many orders coming in. But like on eBay, for example, just to go back to that, the cases closed without seller resolution. The more sales you have, you get 1 or 2 cases that are closed not in your favor.
And it's not
You're not going to go below standard.
Yeah,
so it's like the same as Amazon, where like if support has like some problems, if it's like 1 out of every 1,000 orders, like So yeah.
Make sure you do this.
Yeah.
And another, you may not have this number, but how much you think you made just off a cashback? And I just want to say that because like a lot of people, we brought this up in some of our videos. Like it took me a long time to start using cashback, right? Just because of my strategy, and I was like a lazy fuck. But like, how much you think you would have made in cashback last year?
2017 it was over like 200,000. So that was for all the accounts basically. So it would have included the other account and then some of the other things. So that was that. Of course, the Plum card. Now I'm gonna kind of reveal some of these other like things that I did. The Plum card would matter in my case, but of course I started using Payability. Because of the rotation and the volume. Now, of course, this is my opinion on Payability. Because you're a business owner, you want to be able to scale at a very, very fast pace. So if you're in a position to do that, I know everybody wants to make the most money, but at the same time, if you're in a position to to grow, like double your sales, double your profit, and triple, quadruple, and times 5, times 6, times 7. If you're in that position, like almost every month or every 2 months, 3 months, if you're in that position, I don't know if it's necessarily advantageous to just kind of roll off of just your credit cards or just your own capital. So the Payability that you get 1.5 cash back on is good. Actually buffers the fees that you have with Payability, but at the same time, like I just think that if you're growing your business, you kind of are limited, or if you want to grow your business, you're limited by not using Payability, unless you're already a millionaire. I mean, I don't know. Some people already are. Some people and some people actually. I mean, if you took like Ty Lopez's he has a credit card mastery course or something like that. Some people know how to get those crazy credit lines, and they know how to take advantage of it. So I'm not saying I don't have that. I mean, I have tons and tons of credit. But at the same time, I mean, I have multiple accounts too. So like,
Yeah.
remember, like, you have your own credit. This is what I also say. A lot of people are like super against it. Like if I have 3 accounts, you have a certain limit of credit for like my person. So it's like, even though I have business credit cards for each LLC,
Yeah.
it's isolated from each other. So I mean, if I only have so much credit for each one. So it's like, I'm not going to be able to scale each one. So it's like, really, I have 3 accounts now. So it's like, you're kind of limited in that sense too. So it's
But
tough.
does payability have like an upper limit? Like, I only ask that because like you talk about millions. Payability works like they don't have a limit.
No, they don't have a limit. Oh, I asked them, and I go, because of course, I would of course ask that question. It's
I
like,
would not have asked if I didn't know how
like
much-
20 billion, like, this year. I actually asked that. I said this like 20 or 30 million. I was like, so like what are you thinking? And they're just like, nope, we don't have a limit. And I was like, okay, cool.
Well, they don't have a limit
so-
because they have that 20% reserve. So that's like their way of managing their credit risk is the fact that they hold 20% of all of your sales until Amazon releases money on them. So
Okay, give me 1 second. I wanted to say this too. I was telling someone this like about a month ago too. It's just like your credit cards. If you're just gonna roll off of your credit cards and you don't have the cash, if you have like on the high limits and stuff like that, like if you have all these like limits that are being waiting, sitting on deck, 2 weeks, your credit can either lower or it's definitely not gonna raise because your credit's gonna lower. And every month, every quarter, or every I don't know. Sometimes it's every credit card company's different. But if they're seeing all the balances still on there, they're not going to give you those limit increases. So a lot of people that sometimes it's this is what I suggest. It's like you kind of want to be on payability for a little bit because of course you want to extend your credit lines. Once your credit lines hit a certain number, you can get off whenever you want. But I'm just saying and then of course once you have a certain amount of cash in the bank, you can get off whenever you want. Either or both. You have a lot more credit now. You have a lot more cash now simultaneously. Then you can just say, okay, look, I am the bank, so I'm no longer needed. I don't need this. I don't need trading those anymore, basically. So you're good to go from there. But this and the definite beginning of your business of growth and getting yourself what you need, which is cash as fast as possible and credit as fast as possible, because those are in our business in dropshipping, credit is the same as cash. There's no difference, except for the fact you get points. I mean, like when you use credit, you get points and you get cash back. So it's actually credit's almost better than cash. So it's just so that's kind of cool on that side of the business. But anyways, yeah, that's really my opinion on that.
And what? Okay, and I always ask you these questions because I laugh because this motherfucker sells all the shit with a straight face. But what your goals for 2018?
For 2018, I mean, my goal is to become Wayfair too, and also have things structured in a way that is more integrated with software. So the more software you involve in your business, it gives you more ability to scale. As most people know, we already have a huge team in the Philippines, and that's allowed us to scale. But what if in the scenario we have more software integrations? It allows us to take our team that would do a lot of stuff manually. We do a lot of stuff manually. So the goal would be to get more some of the stuff fulfilling, whether it's some of the other things that are just listing and all that stuff. Some of those things can be automated, and if we can get that sector of it automated, then we can focus on doing advertising, getting things, running campaigns, focusing on our own website, focusing on other things like other marketplaces and stuff like that. And that's the goal for 2018, at least by the end. I mean, it might. There's a few things I'm trying to get established business-wise on some of the government side. Just make sure that everything's good as we keep growing so fast. You want to make sure that you're scaling and making sure you're complying on all the IRS and state tax, Nexus, and all that stuff. You might want to make sure you're covering all those bases. Covering all, now we're going to start doing a lot better job tracking, every little nick and nat and any fee that, a lot of people don't know all the fees that there are and little things that can happen. and better calculations on like every little piece of the business. So we're gonna be running a very, very tight ship. That's the goal.
Yeah, what's crazy is I don't know if you know this, but Amazon basically still charges you a fee when someone returns an item. Like eBay, you can pull down.
Yeah.
It's still charging.
Yeah, I'll explain it right now. There's two fees actually. So everybody knows this now. If you don't know, a lot of people have their own calculations on their Excel spreadsheets or their whatever they're using. Just if you're using like a, some people have their own software to actually have it like it's like their books, ebooks or something like that. But if you actually are looking at it on Amazon, you're charged two fees. In our case, one fee now, but it's every refund is exactly like Tyler said. It's 15. It's basically like 20% or up to $5 off of what they would charge for you. Like that 15% administration fee. If you look at it, so like if I sell an item for $100, Amazon charges 15%, right? And so if they do if you're doing a refund on an item, if you're refunding an item, or if they return it and you're getting the refund, you're charged 15%. So that 15% that you're charged would be $15 in that case is either going to be times 20, so it's like times 20% of that, or it's $5. So like in that case, I mean, yeah, like you can do the math, but it's basically like they're going off of the 15%. Like that calculation. So it basically be like you can get that list, and I can actually do a video outside of this that shows exactly how to get that fee calculation off of when you're looking on the transaction view on your little all the fees and all the deductions on your business's stuff on Amazon Seller Central. You can see all that, and it definitely will add up. Like I mean, in our case, it was a couple thousand. So definitely want to make sure you're getting that. The other fee is it would have been the prepaid labels fee, and that fee is crushing everybody. Like a lot of people are doing like where you put in a fake address. Yeah. What are you doing for eBay, Mark?
No, it goes to my aunt's house.
So like eBay changed. So I wanted to talk to you about that. So eBay changed. So basically, in that particular case, so you actually put a real address.
Yeah, it's an actual address in Florida.
Okay, you can do this, I think. So because my friend and Kells Tyler, so yeah, he's doing this, and it's part of Wizard Will's training and stuff like that, where he puts in it's like a do not send address, and then it has please contact me on the return address. It's actually on the address that says please contact me, do not return, and then it has a phone number, or you can put I guess I was thinking about putting phone number and email or something like that, but I have Grasshopper. If you don't know what Grasshopper is, grasshopper.com automates your business and gives you like a number outside of your number, and it automates it where it actually it translates all the everything they say on the voicemail into text. So like all my VAs can just read them all and then just extract all the information from them and then basically tell me what's going on or what's important, what's not, and then take care of the return or whatever is going on. So it's actually a really cool feature with Grasshopper.
Because I don't think it'd be scalable to get that many messages on a daily basis if you're and then you know what I mean. So I have a real address on my eBay. Yeah. No, the Grasshopper thing sounds like that's the
only. Yeah, you put a Grasshopper number on there, and you just say please call this number or please email this. Email. You put the email on there too. That's what I was thinking. And then yeah, you could actually have it that way, so it's not going to an actual address. They just have to, because I mean, if they printed it out, where's it going to go? Nowhere, because it's not a real address. But that's what some people do, which is still charged. I think I'm not sure if you actually are charged the prepaid label.
No.
I don't know if you would, because it's not actually, because the prepaid label is actually based on what it would cost to get it to that location. So it would actually, it might actually be a little bit, it might not be any charge at all.
Yeah, I don't think you charge at all.
Yeah, so I mean, in that case, I mean, it might be the best thing for everybody, but we do a couple other things where we're completely exempt on all our items, and so we don't pay the fees at all. And we're also not, the old days where it's just like it's shipped. It basically goes into that the email folder or the return folder on eBay or Amazon, and it'll basically have all all of the returns there for you.
Yeah.
And just, yeah. So like, I mean, on that, like, that was how it was. That's how it is now for us. It's
Yeah.
exactly like that. So it's when you're exempt, you don't have to worry about all that crap. So that's one good thing that being exempt is. But on either way, it would work. I mean, so I mean, a lot of people have all these like ways of doing things. But I mean, it's either way it would work and give you a little bit more. I don't know, at ease when you're doing your business, because you don't want to have to answer all those questions, and you don't want a bunch of stuff showing up at your house, because I've had it happen. So Tyler, you've had it happen too.
And let me ask you, this is something that I know a lot of people are going to ask. So you said you had 3 different accounts.
Yep.
How? Is it all in your? I know the answer to this, but is it all in your name? Is it like completely separated? Would you have to use different IP addresses?
Oh yeah,
And why?
I'll explain this, but I better have like a lot of people like subscribing like for this tip right here. So I'll just say, so this is the tip, right? So basically, you are going to do a couple different things. You have to do it all in like order, so you're protected. So if you want to have 3 different accounts, or 5, or 10, or 100, or I don't care. You need a VPN. You need a private server. Okay, that's almost step 1. But you got to actually have an LLC. You can actually have just any C corp or S corp or whatever. I don't know, but whatever you want to use. But if you're thinking about selling some of your business, or creating a business to just sell at some point, you can get a C corp, and then you can sell shares of your business or whatever you want to use. But LLC works, and you can get the LLC. But the LLC, this is important. When you get the LLC, it has to be a private LLC. Okay, which means if Amazon were to pull it up, or eBay to pull it up, your name is not on there. Organizer's on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the site we use, really good friends with the owner, is samedaycorporate.com. Basically, like, she will take care of it. There's a few states that will give you that ability to have a private LLC.
Yeah.
So your name will not be anywhere. I actually had my tax attorney, look at it, and he was like looking the other day, and my account, he's like looking for me, and he's like, I can't actually see your name on this new LLC, and I was like, exactly. But yeah. So I mean, that's one really important thing that you have to have first. Of course, you have to do the same thing with when you create. The IRS is okay, so you can put your name. You don't have to have like an alias name or anything like that. IRS, you can put your real information.
Yeah.
Okay, so IRS put all your real information. So when you get your EIN, you put in your real information. As soon as you get the LLC and articles of organization, you're going on the IRS.gov, and you're going to put all your real information. You put in maybe the address of like the your business address, because they'll give you, what Same Day Corporate does is they'll give you a separate business address. It's kind of like a virtual address like you had, Mark. You have one, I think, in, was it Florida? Yeah. So you have something like that.
But there's no privacy in Florida, by the way.
Yeah, there's no privacy in Florida. There's privacy in New Mexico, there's privacy in Nevada, and there's privacy in Wyoming. Those are the states that are really good. And there's also no state income tax in those 3 states either. So you might actually be better on the on taxes there too. So Delaware as well. So you need that. You would need your bank account, though. You do not want to put your this is key here. You don't want to put your name at all on the bank account. So like you'd actually just want to have, what is it? Yeah, no name on the bank account. Like you basically just put it your business only. So it's like, and on the actual name part of it, like sometimes they want it like a something. You can either put like operations manager or you can put like your outlet. If your LLC, my LLC is like Green Ventures, you can put Green Ventures. Like my LLC is below it with Green Ventures LLC, but I can put like Green Ventures for the name, so that when you're actually putting it in on Amazon and they ask for your name, you can just put Green Ventures and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's in that scenario you're protected. So I mean it's not an issue where it's completely separate from you. It's completely isolated. And then coming back to the server, you have a server that's actually when you're registering the account, that's the most important thing. You're on a private server from yourself. So if you already have an account, you can have a server that's separated from you, and then it's not attached. Okay. You can go in incognito mode if you feel like that's a better. You can do incognito mode and then have the server if you feel better about that. Whatever you need to do. I mean, there's a lot of tricks to it. Once you've created an account, though, a lot of people ask this. You can actually create an email. for all of your accounts, one master email that has no association with it, a Prime or a Amazon account, and then you can just add a user permissions as a super user for all, use the same email for all the accounts. So, and then you can log into all of them throughout, and you don't have to use a server. It just has no association with the Amazon Prime or the seller account.
It could be like an assistant or something for all of the
Yeah, or even of course your VAs will have their user permissions, and then that's all that matters there. They don't have to use the server for Amazon. They can just use their own user permissions, and that's the same as you having that extra email, that master email for all 3 accounts. It's the same thing. So you have the bank account, you have the server, you have the LLC that's private. What else do you have? You want to make sure that when you're registering an account, if they ask for, like, if you're asking for a name, you can use an alias name, but you can also use like a business name, like you just say like Green Ventures or whatever. You can use that, and then have a business email. You have everything like, do not put on your email your name at the top when you register the email. It has to be Green Ventures as the name. Everything has to be like, I'm very anal on this. Like, everything has to be separated. Like, do not put your name so they can't see that. And anyway, if you send an email to Amazon or I don't like that. I want everything completely separate. I don't want my name anywhere on any part of the new account. So, address, Same Day Corporate's going to give you that address. It's going to be another address in Vegas. It's just basically like your like a forwarding address. So when any of your mail goes to that address, it'll come to your address without them knowing. You'll get a suite number, and that suite number you can do this for any, like a lot of states do this.
I do that from Florida to here, but getting the mail, every time I get mail, it costs me like $80 because it's going from Florida to Nicaragua.
I have a lot of important mail, so like I said, it's like $20 or $30. I just do it like every 2 weeks. It sends all the mail every 2 weeks, and then I get it. So it's pretty nice. There's no need to have 3 accounts though, unless you're doing so much of a number where it's your business is at a point where you're very you want to have risk management at that point. Like you don't want to have be doing like 10,000 in profit, and then I'd say like if you're doing 20,000 a month or 30. Then you're like, okay, now I need to protect things. You need to have things isolated because it's too much to lose. And I'm counting on such a large amount of income. I gotta have this risk.
But you say that, but the average person watching this video would be like $10,000 a month. Like there are people watching this shit that would kill for $10,000 a month.
Like literally kill.
I guess, but yeah, you're right. You're probably right. But dropshipping is that powerful if you have the system, okay? There's this one guy that always says, I've never met somebody that has over 10,000 listings that's not successful. So, that's 100% true. If you have 10,000 listings up and you're not making any money, I don't know what the hell is going on there. So,
because a big difference between Amazon and eBay is that you're not charged if you list a lot, right? Like eBay has an insertion fees, which we talked about. They might change that for like big accounts. But
right, and if you have a professional account, so let me say that too. When you're starting the account for the yourself, and then also for the when you're having those other accounts, they have to be professional because that's a business.
Like $40, right, a month.
Yeah, it's $40 a month, but
when I first started my Amazon videos, and Matt was like, get a professional account, and I didn't for like 2 days.
You had to pay $1 per.
And then I was like,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, let me stop being a cheap ass and pay the $40. All right, man. So I don't want to keep you too long, but we'll actually you leave on Saturday.
Saturday morning.
So let's do it. Today is what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
You think we could do another call on Thursday?
Oh, we can do it on we can do it on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be just cool to get one more while Tyler's here.
I have time for one more question if you want to.
Wait, no, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Now I'll do one in Charlotte at his place.
Yeah.
So it'll be like reverse.
Yeah, when he comes back to Charlotte, both of y'all could be in the same place, and you can call me.
That's funny. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it for sure.
Okay, my one question is, you need to fucking come to Nicaragua.
No.
And the thing is, I might get married soon. So if I invite you to my wedding and you don't come, I'll like post a video about it.
Okay.
Come
That's
for
fine.
1 day. Jeez.
Yeah.
Like Tyler is gonna come here and get back home safe. We took this is not drop shipping, but I took him to like the sketchiest place in Nicaragua without giving him a heads up. I was just like, we're going to lunch, and everyone jumps in the truck, and we go to like a market in like the ghettoest, horrible restaurant. People are selling like live ducks, like there was a duck, a parrot.
Yeah.
There was like
There was literally
That's all I mean.
cart. Like you joke about how they were selling babies, but then this person was pushing like this
Some vegetable
cart,
carts.
and there was a baby just underneath. Like, and so then we really thought you were being real about it, but
and you could get iguana soup at this place. Like it was so crazy.
Thanks.
we had to leave our phones and wallet in the car when we actually.
Yeah, we leave all the phones wallets in the car with the driver, and then we walked in. But I wouldn't do that to you. Let me just.
You better, I'm definitely not having. I don't know. I'm gonna have a disguise when I go down. I'm gonna be like
No, but
undercover.
Tyler was sitting there like, these dudes are looking at like,
Yeah,
he was ready to
yeah.
fight. I'm like, dude, we're bigger than all these people here. Like,
Right. That's good though. No, I mean, I feel like it's if you got like a pack, you're gonna be good. So
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, we're good.
all right, man. Thanks a lot, dude. And yeah, we need to fucking get this shit. By the end of so guys, in the description, there's a link to Matt's channel. I have a link to the I'll find the screenshots, like the 6.5 million and stuff. And Tyler's blog will be in there. And look out for so Matt will be putting out training by the end of the month. So it's my fault it's not done. Right? Because like I have to make the landing page and we want to finish the software before we put it training. But look out for it, and we'll do a call when Tyler goes back to Charlotte.
When are you coming back?
Saturday.
Okay. All right. So we're doing one on Thursday though, right?
Yeah.
While you're here, and then next week we
And
can
then-
do it while
okay.
you're there. And man, I should be getting married in like 6 weeks. I'll let you know by the weekend. I should be getting married in like 6 weeks.
Married?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Hey.
all right, dude. Later.
Okay. All right, man.
See you later, man.
All right.